Huzzah, everybody! Welcome to Let's Play AM2R Blind by yours truly, Ken Meister LP. Holy flitigans, it's been such a long freaking time since I've last done a Let's Play for the channel. Twilight Princess took an eternity, needless to say, and it's actually been a long time since I've last done a fan game on the channel too. I think no, it was Mega Man Unlimited back in 2013, I think? Anywho, this is AM2R, if I haven't already said that. And it's basically a remake of Metroid 2 that's been in development for 6 years. Oh my god, that sounds like another fan game I did back then that was in development hell. Anyway, it was kind of unreal hearing that this game was finally finished, and I just had to jump on the wagon and, like, let's play this game. Um, so yeah, I'm playing with a Rock Candy PS3 controller, so I'm gonna have to use a joystick to play this, which is awkward. Uh, but that's kind of like my only option at the moment. It's either that or use the keyboard, and I'm not using a keyboard with Metroid. And man, it's been a while since I LP'd a Metroid game too. Like, I used to have Metroid LPs on my channel at one point, but I wanted to go and redo those at one point because Camtasia just screwed up the quality so badly. And ever since I got a new mic, I was like, let's do these games justice. And I'm kind of starting it off here with an unofficial fan game, so why the flip not? Anywho, enough chit-chat, let's go ahead and start the game. Oh, and this is blind, by the way, so... yeah, this will be fun. Easy, normal, hard. So yeah, remake aside, this is basically like, hey, let's pretend Metroid 2 was remade in a vein similar to Zero Mission, which was a remake of Metroid 1, and actually borrows some graphics from Zero Mission, if I recall, with a bunch of interesting sprite work and such that the creator's done over the past several years to kind of give the game new life and breath and a good feeling of breath there. What am I saying? Anywho, we got a nice little monologue here. That wasn't in the original Metroid 2, by the way. Metroid 2 is kind of like in the same category of Metroid 1, where time wasn't too kind to it, I guess, if that makes any sense. I like Metroid 2. Metroid 2 was a pretty okay game, but it's just like whenever you play the Metroid games that came preceding after it, it's just like, what's the point, you know? So let's go ahead and get a feel for the controls. So we have the long beam right off the start. We have morph ball. Kind of went and mapped the controls beforehand before starting the LPs, so I'm trying to like, okay, so it'll come in time. Okay. And I believe this game has a bunch of other interesting knickknacks as well. Oh, you can set... Okay, that's cool. Okay, we got 55 Metroids instead of 39. That's interesting. Let's see. What's the mission log? Okay, cool. You can actually turn off stuff a la Super Metroid, so that's pretty cool. Okay. That's pretty cool. How they have like a little logbook thing similar to the Metroid Prime games. I need to get around to LPing those at one point, but it's just like Twilight Princess had such a huge toll on me. It's just like, am I gonna actually go to this and finish it, or Am I going to delay it for another 2 years? God knows what. But according to my knowledge, this game shouldn't be too long. I think. I don't know. 2D Metroid games are never too long, from my knowledge. It usually takes about 2 hours to beat them, but this could be an exception. Who knows? Game already feels smooth right off the bat. I never really played, like, a lot of the demos that came out with the game, or preceding the game, rather. Like, there was, like, little, I want to say, like, little test demos of, like, Samus running around, like, in, like, a training ground or something, and it was there to kind of test the engine that this game was made off of. And there were also, like, pre-builds of this game as well before it got finished, but I never bothered to touch that because I didn't want to spoil myself before actually getting around to playing the game, so why not? I feel like this, the best experience to have with a game overall is to go into it completely blind, so that's just the code I live by. Really empty and desolate. Such is the curious planet of SR388. Oh. And if I'm not mistaken, the first Metroid should be over here. I assume that the map's pretty similar to how... Okay, so you use the select button to switch items, okay. Anyway, I'm assuming that the map's going to be a lot like Metroid 2, if that's anything to go by. This game does have its own map, though, so that'll hopefully help us out. Because from what I recall, the original Metroid 2 didn't have a map at all, which made traversing through it quite a pain in the butt, because it's kind of like Metroid 1 in the sense that it had a lot of copy-paste rooms. So it's pretty easy to get lost. Scanning bioform. Oh, Jesus. Oh boy. It's too low for me to hit. Get over here. Reveal your underside. So that's one Metroid down, 54 left to go. I'm already making progress. Hooray! Okay, so it said it scanned that, actually. Oh my god, stop. Okay. Life cycle. So that was an Alpha Metroid. For those who've played the original Metroid 2, there was like different forms of the Metroids that they kind of took evolutionary stages. And from what I vaguely remember, there were like 4 different types, minus the original, and the final boss, which is the mother, or the Queen Metroid, rather. Ow. So it's like, Metroid 2 kind of had an ulterior motive to what you had to do in the game. Instead of just finding power-ups and making Samus more strong, or more powerful, rather. Grammar, hooray. Basically, you had to hunt down Metroids in order to advance through the depths of SR388. And I assume it's the same here. So as you defeat different types of Metroids, you can go further into the planet and explore more of SR388. So basically, like, the game's divided into different sectors or phases. So your job is Samus to hunt them down. And yeah, it's like I was mentioning earlier, there's a lot of custom sprite work in this game. And all of the enemy sprites look pretty lovely, actually. The frame rate kind of complements the animations for them pretty smoothly. Like, I don't know, it's just like, I absolutely love the enemy designs in this game. Like, I'd argue that, like, they did a better job with the enemy designs here than Zero Mission did with theirs. But that's all left to interpretation, I suppose. It's a blind commentary, folks. Expect me to flub my commentary here and there every now and then. Also, it's been forever since I've last done a Let's Play period. Like technically, my last Let's Play, Twilight Princess, was kind of done for like almost 2 years, I think. It just took me like an eternity to actually get around to editing them, and it's just like, I've been kind of in a development hell, or Let's Players hell, since then, if that makes any sense. But man, the sigh of relief I had after finishing Twilight Princess, holy crap. I thought freaking Golden Sun was bad. Trying to finish that up. So, this is okay. Ow. It's kind of tight. Tighter than I'd like. But I digress. Let's press forward and see what's within these ruins. I probably should be a bit more conservative of which save stations I go to in case the recording goes wrong. Just something I'll have to note later. And, I'm not for sure if this is true or not. Maybe somebody in the comment section can tell me. But I believe all of the music here is custom done. Like, I believe the guy who made this game used to be a sound, like, programmer or something. Like, he used to specialize in, like, sound development or a sound studio or something. I don't know. You'd have to look at his Blogspot entries. But basically, like, I guess that kind of skill transferred into making the soundtrack for this game. The guy put a lot of, like, effort into trying to finish this. Like, I feel like I think at one point he had to give up like certain portions of his life just to like commit himself to finishing this. I'm like, if that's dedication, if that's not dedication, I don't know what is. Huh. What's in here? What? Oh, cool. Free tank. I like how they like redesigned the energy tanks and the missile tanks as opposed to just ripping them from Zero Mission. Okay, like, I thought this remix was like, I thought it was supposed to be like a remix of the Chozo Ruins from Metroid Prime at first, but now that I'm hearing the later notes of it, it's like, huh, this is kind of interesting. And this is the charge beam. Okay. Yeah, I remember like in the original, like that was where you found the ice beam because the charge beam didn't exist yet. Anyway, this music is really nice. Like, Metroid 2 in general is like extremely infamous for just not having a whole lot of music in general. And it's just like it's setting the tone really well, which is something I've come to expect from like really good Metroid games overall. Not that, you know, the original Metroid 2 was bad, even though some people consider it to be. I thought Metroid 2 was underrated, to be honest, but I digress. Let's kill more of these Chozo Wall statue thingamabobs. Oh boy. Okay, so there's something hidden here, like, in the original as well. So I guess, like, if I play this by the book, aka the original, I'll probably expect to find more or less most of the same stuff that I did in the, well, you know. Okay, yeah. Because I remember in the original, like, this led to, like, a foreshadowing of the spider ball, but you couldn't get to it yet. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the attention to detail of just, like, recapturing a lot of, like, the locations is really spot on. To, like, the point of the secret passages, and I'm like, dang, man. So I'm pretty sure if you've played Metroid 2 for the Game Boy, then I'm pretty sure that that knowledge will be pretty valuable as you travel through the depths of SR388 in this newly reimagined remake of Metroid 2 Return of Samus. You can tell that the music's actually kind of gotten me relaxed a bit. Setting the tone, if I do say so myself. A lot of free missile tanks here and there. But then again, like the original did too. Like it was really easy to stack up on missile tanks, and for good reason. It's the only way you can kill off Metroids. And that's kind of like the reason why they start you off with 30 as opposed to like zip. I'll keep going, why not? Ah, shoot. He's got the wall jumping down in this game too. It's kind of like a mixture. Hold on, let me try that again. Come on. Yeah, it's kind of like a mixture of Zero Missions and like Super Metroid style of wall climbing, where like you get more distance off of it and more control over it, but you're still kind of tightly latched on before, like, jumping off the wall. If that makes any sense. I don't know. I'm probably wording that incorrectly, and to those who are offended, I apologize. Alright, so it's looking like if I go in this direction like the original, I'll quite possibly find the spider ball. And my predictions were correct. How do I turn on spider ball anyway? Oh, okay. Oh, that's weird. You use the trigger buttons to, like, turn on spider ball. That's weird. But I can see where they're going with this. Because, like, in the original, you had to, like, press down, like, again, whenever you were in morph ball form, and it made it really awkward to cling onto walls if you were, like, say, I don't know, jump onto a wall and then, like, go into spider ball. Let's see if I can go ahead and get that energy tank now. Now that I have the spider ball. Alright. Okay, so that's not quite it then. I wonder what is. Oh, Jesus. Oh! Okay. Oh. Well then. That's one way of doing it, I guess. I didn't even need the freaking spider ball. God dang it, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Ken. Alright. Where's a save station? Dang, these save stations are actually kind of close. Huh. Not that I'm complaining, but like, huh. Alrighty, so that was part 1 of AM2R for the PC. Stay tuned for part 2 as we explore more of Phase 2, the phase we're currently in, and we'll exterminate the rest of the Metroids here. So, thank you guys for watching. Looking forward to the rest of this game, and I'll see you guys then.